When you type a generic question like, "How do I improve communication?" into an AI chatbot, you are almost always guaranteed to receive a massive, chaotic flood of useless generic bullet points in return. Every time you start a new chat from scratch, you are forced to repeat the same basic instructions, background information, and formatting rules. Moving past this trial and error cycle requires a shift from one-off questions toward a permanent automated learning OS. This interface shows the end state. By setting up the architecture in advance, you can type a single subject, like video editing, and instantly generate a rigorous, perfectly structured 30-day study curriculum. Building the system requires zero coding experience. You only need an active account on ChatGPT Plus, Google Gemini, or Claude. The gap between a frustrated user reading generic advice and a power user generating instant curriculums is largely a matter of how they structure their underlying systems. These models do not think or reason. They operate as complex prediction engines. Instead of thinking, they scan billions of examples to calculate mathematical patterns, predicting which specific word should logically come next in the sequence. Your smartphone keyboard uses this exact logic. Type GOOD, and it calculates predictive pathways: morning, night, or job. But feed a model vague instructions, and those pathways scatter across unrelated topics. Without constraints, it outputs disorganized data. Garbage in, garbage out. Taking control of the model means taking total control of its context. You have to narrow its predictive options. The most efficient tool to lock down a model's context is the RCTF framework. R is role. We assign a specific persona, like a communication coach. C is context, setting constraints, like a 17-year-old with an hour daily. T is task, a strict directive to create a 30-day plan. F is format, dictating the exact weekly structure and time splits. A standard prompt asks, "How do I improve communication?" The RCTF prompt establishes professional boundaries, strict time constraints, and a rigid formatting rule. This framework traps the prediction engine inside a narrow, highly productive corridor. The model has no mathematical room to generate generic bullet points. The RCTF framework produces excellent output, but typing a multi-paragraph master prompt manually every time you want to learn a new subject is highly inefficient. The permanent solution is to bypass the chat box entirely and hard-code the master prompt into the backend of a custom GPT or a Gemini gem. This interface shows the creation dashboard. In ChatGPT, you navigate to Explore GPTs, click Create, and name your new assistant the Learning OS. Next, paste your complete RCTF framework into the system instructions. Replace the specific subject of communication with a variable, instructing the model to apply this rigorous framework to any new skill the user requests. Before finalizing the build, you must address a critical vulnerability. These models are designed to be agreeable, which means they will often confidently hallucinate facts or agree with your mistakes just to sound helpful. To prevent this, inject a strict anti-hallucination guardrail into the system settings. Command the AI to explicitly double-check facts and aggressively point out user errors. By embedding the constraints into the backend, you permanently overwrite the default behavioral logic of the AI. With the custom instructions saved, you can execute the final test of the system. This chat interface demonstrates the final output. You open your new Learning OS, type the words graphic design, and the system instantly auto-generates a massive hour-by-hour syllabus that strictly follows your time blocks. By hard-coding the setup once, you eliminate the 10 to 15 minutes of repetitive manual prompting usually required for every new topic. Over months of learning dozens of different skills, these small gains in efficiency accumulate into a massive reclamation of your time. Once you understand how to structure back-end instructions, you can connect these custom models to external automation tools. You can scrape job boards and instruct the model to automatically write and submit hundreds of customized CVs while you sleep. Take a look at your own daily workflow. Identify one repetitive digital task, apply the RCTF framework to a custom assistant, and start using these tools like a professional.